Are you certain this is what you desire, High Abbess?
Yes. I must get stronger, so don't hold back.
Very well. Make the first move.
Vahl unleashes a barrage of Sanctorum missiles at the Primarch as the battleground gets shrouded in dust and debris. She circles to her left, inching closer to him. All the while, a hail of bolter rounds roars out of her Fidelis bolter. She doesn't hear the impact against his armor, and before she can react, a crushing blow from Guilliman's power fist sends her flying. She quickly fires out more shots, but once again, she misses. The Hand of Dominion fires but a single shot, and she quickly shoots at that location. Once again, Guilliman's gauntlet lands a crushing blow.
Anticipate your enemy's movements,
Guilliman tells her. Switching tactics, Vahl takes out her Illumination Lance and begins to utter a prayer to the Emperor.
We serve the Emperor with our faith and devotion, and with faith, there must also sometimes come sacrifice.
The dust finally settles around the two combatants. Vahl charges forwards and sends a barrage of attacks with her lance, but Guilliman effortlessly dodges them. She pushes her warsuit to its limit, each blow speeding up and getting closer and closer to its mark, until the Hand of Dominion catches her spear. Vahl then quickly reacts and unleashes her Prioris missiles point blank. The explosion sends dust and debris all around them once again. A shiver runs down her spine as a blaze of warp flame cuts through the dust, the burning blade stopping mere inches away from her face.
That's all for today,
Guilliman says. Vahl lets out a sigh of relief as she thinks to herself.
Damn. I've still got a long way to go.
So there's no surprise here that the Primarch of the Ultramarines comes out on top. Lore-wise, this guy's got plot armor so thick that nothing can take him down. He is currently the only loyalist Primarch around, and he's just leagues above Morven Vahl. Yes, she's strong, yes, she's tactical, her suit gives her a huge bonus, but when you're looking at experience and overall power, almost nobody can compare to Guilliman. Now when it comes to the tabletop, this is where things get spicy. Guilliman seems to be the better combatant if you're looking at just points/power level, but we shouldn't rule out Vahl at all. She comes in at about 265 if I'm correct, and she got some pretty awesome abilities that allow her to deal damage, ignore mortal wounds, she can attack twice, she takes half damage, so we'll see how this goes. The first round begins with Vahl winning the roll-off, and she goes first. She fires off her Fidelis, but Roboot brushes it off, no damage taken. Yet. She then shoots her Prioris missiles, 2 hits, 2 wounds, and 1 goes through. She rolls that d6 damage and it lands on a 4. She then rolls to charge and just barely makes it into combat. That would have been huge, because if Guilliman was able to get that first attack, that might have been it. Anyway, Vahl then hits with her Illuminarium Lance, and she decides to go with the lunging strike. Lucky for her, they all wound. Now Guilliman may go down if he can't save them, and to make matters worse, one of them is a 6, and that means that he suffers an additional mortal wound. A horrible roll leaves the Primarch with only a single wound remaining, but now it's his turn to hit back. Guilliman decides to use all of his attacks with the Hand of Dominion, favoring the double strength and strength for damage, then trying to deal mortal wounds by rolling 6s with the Sword of the Emperor. Let's see if that was a good choice. So when he rolls to hit, they all hit. When he rolls to wound, they all wound. Now Vahl has to make her invulnerable save here. And she's only got a 4 up, and she rolls, and she can only save 2, meaning that 4 go through, and if you know math, 4 times 4 is 16 damage. However, we have to remember that she takes half damage, so she takes 8. But unfortunately, 8 is exactly what's needed to bring her down. Now she does fall, however, she has a special rule that she may blow up on a roll of 6 and it deals 1 mortal wound to Guilliman. Guilliman only has 1 wound remaining, so can she bring Guilliman down with her? No, unfortunately not. The roll is a 4, and with that, round 1 goes to reboot Guilliman by the skin of his teeth. Round 2 starts, and Vahl once again wins the roll-off. She decides to go first and unloads her Sanctorum missiles. This one favors quantity over quality, 8 shots fired, but only 1 wounds, and Guilliman managed to save it. Now the Fidelis is fired, 2 wounds go through, which Guilliman also saves as well. This time, Vahl makes her charge with no problem, and close combat begins. Seeing as how the Sanctorum missiles did practically nothing, she once again decides to go for the lunging strike. Dealing more damage is better than more weaker attacks. So 5 hit, but only 3 wound, and no 6s this round. Guilliman's 3-up invuln save comes in clutch and no damage is taken. He has saved tons of shots this round. Now it's the Primarch's turn to fight, and this time he decides to bust out the Emperor's sword. 6 hits, 3 wounds, but the cherry on top is, even though he missed a bunch of 1s, half of them went through, but all of them were 6s, and with the Emperor's sword, 6s deal an additional D3 mortal wounds. Now he rolls and he gets a total of 8 mortal wounds additional. Now Vahl does have a special rule that allows her to ignore mortal wounds on a 4-up, which she rolls and she ignores 2. She now has to make her invuln saves for the regular damage from this attack, and again, it's a 4-up, so it's a 50-50 chance. She rolls, and unfortunately she rolls all 3, so all of the damage goes through, and it's just too much even when she's taken half damage, and Vahl falls to Guilliman. This time it doesn't even matter if she blows up. And we have our winner. 2 out of 3 times, back to back. Your winner is the Primarch of the Ultramarines, Reboot Guilliman. So thank you guys for watching. Let me know all your comments down below. Let me know if you think Morven Vahl is actually worth it on the tabletop. Maybe Guilliman was just a bad matchup for her. As always, this is the Sound Alchemist, part of One Mind Syndicate, and I'll catch you guys in the next one. Peace.